After losing his parents, 16-year-old Tyler only had one thing left: his dog, Max. But when Max started barking more than usual, grieving just like his owner, HOA Karen began her campaign to silence him. What happened next tore a hole in the boy's world, until one neighbor's video turned the internet and the nation against her. 16-year-old Tyler didn't cry at the funeral, not once. Everyone kept telling him how strong he was, how proud his parents would be. But inside, numb, gone, like the world flipped upside down and never came back. His parents died in a car wreck 2 weeks ago. Drunk driver, head-on collision, over in seconds. No warning, no hospital, just 2 wooden boxes and a lawyer saying, "You're with your grandmother now." So now he's here, in some tight suburban neighborhood where every house is beige, the grass is freakishly green, and everybody smiles too much. Grandma's house smells like old books and lemon cleaner. Her welcome hug is stiff, like she's scared he'll break. But Tyler's not alone. He's got Max. Max is old, like real old. Gray muzzle, cloudy eyes, back legs that shuffle. But he's more than a dog. He's what's left. He was his dad's shadow, slept under their bed every night, barked at the front door when Tyler got home from school. After the wreck, he just stopped moving. For 3 straight days, Max barely ate, just laid there, staring at the front door like he was waiting for someone to walk through it. Now they're both here, lost, quiet, trying to pretend this is normal. First night, around 2:30 a.m., Max starts barking. Low, sharp barks spaced out every few seconds, like he's calling out in the dark. Not aggressive, just confused, sad. Tyler wakes up immediately. Doesn't yell, doesn't tell him to stop. Just crawls down to the carpet and curls next to him. Max calms down eventually. Tyler doesn't go back to bed. Next day, no one says anything. Second night, same thing. This time louder. Max paces near the door, growling at nothing. Grandma comes out in her robe and tells Tyler, "Try to keep him quiet, sweetie. The neighbors here, they notice things." Third night? That's when the trouble starts. Blinds twitch across the street. Porch light flicks on. A figure steps out. Bleach blonde, probably mid-40s, wearing a matching pajama set and slippers like she's on a magazine cover. Arms crossed. Dead stare. That's Karen. Doesn't need an introduction. Every neighborhood's got one. She doesn't say a word, just stands there like a statue. Next morning, there's a paper slipped into the screen door. No name, no HOA letterhead, just a printed message in bold. "Control your dog or face fines. This is a peaceful community." Tyler crumples it and tosses it in the trash. He doesn't say anything to Grandma. She probably got the same message, just worded nicer. He spends the afternoon trying to tire Max out, walks him 3 times, plays tug-of-war with an old sock, gives him peanut butter and a Kong toy. Nothing helps. That night, Max still barks. Tyler opens the door and just sits on the porch with him, hoping the cool night air will calm him down. Across the street, Karen's got her phone out, filming. No shame. She even flashes the porch light twice like some kind of signal. Tyler flips her off. That's the first time he smiles all week. But he knows this won't stop here. Max isn't barking to be bad. He's barking because he's grieving, because he knows something's gone, but not why. Same as Tyler. Only difference is people won't let a dog grieve. Not in neighborhoods like this. And Karen? Karen's just getting started. The barking doesn't stop. Every night, somewhere between 1 and 3 a.m., Max starts pacing the hallway, letting out that same slow, hollow bark. Not frantic, not angry, just sad, like he's trying to call someone back from the dead. And Tyler? He doesn't even try to stop him anymore. He just sits next to him, leans against the wall, and waits it out. But Karen? Oh, Karen hears everything. By Thursday, she's got a full routine. Porch light on, phone in hand, arms crossed, robe belted tight like she's guarding Buckingham Palace. Sometimes she records. Sometimes she just stares. But Tyler knows. She's documenting, building a case. That weekend, a letter comes. This time official. HOA header, real envelope, the whole deal. Ongoing noise disturbance in violation of Section 4.12, unreasonable animal behavior, immediate corrective action required. Fines of $150 per incident may be imposed. Grandma reads it twice, then sighs. Honey, we might need to talk about finding somewhere else for Max. Tyler freezes. You serious? I'm just saying. If this keeps up, they'll start charging. I'm on a fixed income, baby. I don't have hundreds of dollars to throw at a neighborhood drama. Tyler storms out. Doesn't slam the door. He knows that'll just make things worse. Instead, he grabs Max's leash and takes him around the block, fists clenched, jaw locked. Every house they pass looks the same. Same lawn, same curtains, same cameras. He wonders how many people here actually care about the barking, or how many are just afraid of Karen. She's the one pulling strings, not just some nosy neighbor. She's on the HOA board. President, in fact. That letter probably came from her printer. Back home, Tyler looks up noise ordinances, animal rights, anything. Tries to figure out how to fight this. But it all reads like lawyer speak. And at the end of the day, it's still Karen versus some broke kid with an old dog. Later that night, Tyler can't sleep. Max is curled up next to the bed, breathing heavy. For a moment, it's quiet. Then, woof, soft. Then louder. Then again, pacing, barking, scratching at the front door. Tyler goes to calm him, but before he even gets up, bang, bang, bang. Someone's pounding on the front door. 3 heavy hits. Tyler opens it a crack. Karen's standing there in a hoodie and slippers, phone still recording. I have video evidence, she says, smug as hell. If that dog is still here next week, I'm pressing charges for harassment. Tyler stares at her, not scared, not even angry, just tired. He's barking because he misses my parents, he says flat. Karen shrugs. That's not my problem. Then she walks away. By Monday morning, the fines start rolling in. First one's for $150, then $300. Then $450. Each one shows up in a stiff white envelope with the HOA logo stamped like it's the freaking FBI. Grandma lines them up on the kitchen counter like unpaid bills, which now they are. Tyler offers to pick up extra shifts at the grocery store. Grandma tells him to focus on school, but she won't look him in the eye. Max barks again that night. 3 short bursts, that's all. But it's enough. Tuesday morning, Karen drops off a friendly notice, laminated, of course, like she's proud of it. Due to continued violations, further action may be taken under HOA authority, including mandatory animal removal as defined under Section 4.13. There's no signature, just the HOA board stamp and a small sticky note. You're putting everyone else at risk. Grandma reads it, says nothing, just folds the paper real slow and walks to her room. Tyler's done playing nice. That afternoon, he walks across the street and knocks on Karen's door. She opens it halfway, like she's expecting a delivery. Hair in a bun, glass of lemon water in her hand, smile like a rattlesnake. You know he's not dangerous, Tyler says. He's old. He's mourning. Karen leans on the doorframe. And what about my sleep? What about my peace of mind? Rules are rules, sweetheart. He was quiet for 12 years. He barked for 2 weeks.
She shrugs. Sometimes one bad apple ruins the bunch. Tyler looks her dead in the eye. You're not scared of Max. You just like control. She smiles wider. And you like ignoring the rules. That's not gonna work here. Door slams in his face. That night, Tyler tries everything. Walks Max for 2 hours straight, gives him calming treats, even plays music on a loop to drown out noise. But around 3 a.m., Max lets out a deep, long bark. Just one. A minute later, a flashlight beams across the front lawn. Someone's watching. Next morning, Animal Control shows up. Not a knock, not a warning, just a clipboard, sunglasses, and a tone like they've done this 100 times. We've had multiple complaints. We're here to evaluate the animal. Grandma panics. She lets them in. Tyler's frozen. Max just wags his tail, clueless. One officer notes his age. The other checks his teeth, legs, eyes, scribbles something down, nods. We'll be following up. Expect a recommendation within 72 hours. As they leave, Tyler sees Karen on her porch, coffee in hand, watching. She waves. He doesn't wave back. The letter shows up 2 days later, certified, signed, stamped by the HOA and backed by Animal Control. Due to repeated noise violations and neighbor complaints, the presence of the animal is deemed a disruption to community standards. Immediate removal is advised. Failure to comply may result in legal action or forced seizure. Grandma doesn't even try to fight it. She's shaking. Her hands barely work as she folds the letter and sets it next to the others. Tyler grabs it, rereads it 3 times like maybe the words will change. They don't. He slams it down on the table. This is bullshit. He's not dangerous. He's not even loud. He's just old. Grandma wipes her eyes. Baby, I don't have the money. I don't have the strength. They'll take the house next. Tyler stares at her. So, we're just giving him up? She doesn't answer. Next morning, Tyler takes Max for one last walk. He tries to keep it normal. Same route, same leash, same way he talks to him like Max understands every word. And maybe he does, because when they get back to the driveway and Max sees the Animal Control van parked out front, he stops walking, plants his paws, looks up at Tyler, like he knows. 2 officers come out, same ones as before, clipboards in hand, fake friendly smiles on their faces. We're here for the pickup, one says. Tyler stands in front of Max. You don't have to do this. He's not a threat. Sorry, son, the guy says. This is out of our hands now. We're just here to follow orders. Tyler doesn't move. Grandma steps outside. Tyler, let them take him. He turns. What? No! No! Her voice breaks. I can't lose the house, too. Please, honey. Please. He lets go of the leash. Max walks forward slow. No barking. No resistance. Just tired. Like he's giving up, too. They load him into the van like luggage. No words. Just the clank of the cage door closing and the rumble of the engine as they drive off. Tyler stands in the street long after they're gone, holding the leash like it still means something. That night, he doesn't eat, doesn't sleep, just sits on the floor next to Max's empty bed. At 2:43 a.m., he hears a bark, but it's not real, just his head playing games. The next day, he calls the shelter. Leaves 3 voicemails, gets no answer. On the 4th try, someone picks up. Cold voice. Too quick. The dog was evaluated and considered unadoptable due to age, anxiety, and noise behavior. He was euthanized this morning. Click. Just like that. Max is gone. No goodbye. No visit. No second chance. Just a form, a file, a needle. Tyler puts the phone down. Walks to the backyard, screams into the sky until his throat gives out. Across the street, Karen watches from her window, smiling.
Tyler doesn't say a word for 2 days. No school, no chores, no appetite, just silence. He shuts himself in his room, curtains drawn, Max's collar still wrapped around his wrist like a bracelet. Every once in a while he picks up the leash from under his bed and just holds it, like it still connects them. On the 3rd day, his best friend Jalen shows up, uninvited. He knocks once, then lets himself in like he always used to. Tyler doesn't get off the bed. Jalen walks in, sees the mess, backpack on the floor, untouched homework, bowl of cereal gone soggy. "You good, man?" Tyler doesn't answer. "You can't let her win, bro." Still nothing. Then Jalen spots something on the nightstand. Tyler's phone. Screen cracked, battery blinking red. He picks it up, hands it over. "You know what you gotta do." Tyler looks at the phone, then at Max's collar, then back again. He powers it on. That night, he sits at his desk and records. No filter, no edits, just him. Hoodie on, eyes swollen, voice low. He holds up Max's leash to the camera. "This belonged to the only thing I had left after my parents died. His name was Max. He was old. He barked at night. You would too if everyone you loved vanished." His hands shake, but he keeps going. "We got fined, threatened, harassed. A woman named Karen. Yeah, that Karen. Made it her mission to take him away. Said his grief was too loud. Said we were ruining her peace." He stares straight at the lens. "Yesterday, animal control took Max. This morning, they killed him. No warning, no visit, no goodbyes." He holds up the letter, the one with the HOA stamp. "This is what they call community standards." He doesn't cry, but his voice cracks on the last line. "If you think this is okay, stay silent. But if you don't, say something. For Max." He posts it to TikTok, then Instagram, then Twitter. Jalen helps tag it, adds captions, blurs the address. "Ashba justice for Max, outlet dogs. Grieve too, /Ho Karen." They expect maybe a few hundred views, maybe a couple comments. They wake up to 400,000. By noon, it's 2.1 million, and climbing. By the next morning, Tyler's phone won't stop buzzing. Mentions, shares, DMs, comments, thousands of them. His video has exploded. Reposted by animal shelters, grief counselors, even a couple verified celebrities. Someone adds subtitles in Spanish, then in French, then Arabic. Max's story is global. One comment reads, "I cried. This could have been my dog." Another, "Karen needs to be held accountable, period." A third, "This isn't just about a dog. It's about power." The hashtags #JusticeForMax and #HoKaren are trending nationally. By lunch, 3 local news vans are circling the block. Reporters knock gently, asking for a statement. Grandma doesn't answer the door. She's scared. Tyler isn't. He steps out on the porch, hoodie up. Max's leash still looped around his hand. "I already said what I needed to say," he tells the cameras. "Now it's your turn." An hour later, a neighbor walks over with a flash drive. His name's Mr. Davis. Quiet guy, retired Navy, lives 2 doors down. Barely said a word until now. He hands Tyler the drive and says, "I have something you might want to see." Tyler loads it up. Surveillance footage. Dated 2 nights before Max was taken. It shows Karen pacing her porch on the phone, waving her arms. Her voice is loud. Too loud. "That mutt's still barking. I don't care if the kid's parents died. I want him out of here. Dead or gone makes no difference to me." She laughs, on camera, with a timestamp. Jalen's jaw drops. "That's it," he says. "She's done." They clip the footage and post it, overlay it with one sentence. She knew exactly what she was doing. The video hits 5 million views in 5 hours.
Then the real heat kicks in. People start digging. Turns out Karen's HOA board seat wasn't even properly elected. Petitions start flying. Emails flood the HOA inbox. Yelp reviews tank the neighborhood's rating. A local news anchor calls the HOA a disgrace to the word community on live TV. Animal rights groups jump in. They start tagging the shelter. Donations in Max's name hit $30,000 by midnight. Tyler sits on the floor of his room, stunned. Not smiling, just still. For the first time in weeks, it's quiet. No barking, no slamming doors, just peace.
Karen's porch is empty. No robe, no coffee mug, no phone out filming, just an untouched doormat and dead flowers in her planter. By 9 a.m., every neighbor on the block knows she's gone dark. Her car's still there, but the blinds are shut tight. For the first time in years, she's not watching, not pacing, not calling the HOA. Because now, everyone's watching her. The viral footage hits national morning shows. Teen's grieving dog euthanized after HOA harassment. Hatch justice for Max Sparks' HOA reform debate. One anchor chokes up on air reading Tyler's quote. He barked because he missed them, and they punished him for it. By noon, the HOA board posts an official statement online. We are saddened by recent events and do not condone the actions of any individual that may have overstepped the values of our community. Translation: we're panicking, but not ready to admit fault. But it's too late. Half the board resigns within 48 hours. Karen's name starts trending again, this time attached to words like cruel, vindictive, sociopath. Someone digs up her LinkedIn, then her old HOA newsletters, the ones where she bragged about eliminating disturbances. People start reposting them with side-by-side clips of Max being led away. Her property gets doxxed. Tyler begs people to stop. He wants justice, not a witch hunt, but the fire's already out of his hands. News crews park outside her driveway. She doesn't come out. The local mayor issues a statement. The shelter's under review. A state rep tweets support for Max's Law, a proposal that would make it illegal for HOAs to force animal surrender without court review. Tyler reads the tweet 3 times before realizing this isn't just going viral. It's changing something. Later that night, Tyler and Jalen sit on the porch with Grandma, watching the sky turn pink. For once, there's no noise, no threats, no barking, just breeze in the trees and the leash still looped around Tyler's wrist. Jalen grins. You think she's watching all this? Tyler nods slowly. She always watched everything. 2 weeks later, the neighborhood feels different. The porch across the street stays empty. Karen's house is listed for sale. No one waves when realtors show up. No one asks why. The HOA elects a new board. Younger, quieter, actually listens. The fines are dropped. The rules get rewritten. And at the top of the new handbook, in small print, it says, "Pets are family. Grief is not a violation." Tyler's video now sits at 17 million views. He doesn't check the numbers anymore. He already got what he needed. Max mattered. And now the world knows it. One morning, Tyler and his grandma dig a hole under the big oak tree in the backyard. Max used to nap there in the shade, snoring like an old man. They bury his leash, his collar, and a printed photo. Max curled up on Tyler's chest the day they moved in. Grandma plants daffodils. Jalen carves a wooden plaque. He barked because he missed them. They screw it into the trunk. A few days later, a delivery truck pulls up. No return address. Inside, a brand new dog bed, a bag of treats, and a note written in neat black pen. If another dog ever needs a home, let him rest here. Max would have wanted that. Tyler doesn't cry. He just sits by the tree, quiet, watching the wind roll through the branches. Later that year, they adopt a puppy from a rescue shelter halfway across the state. Small, wiry, full of energy. He barks too much, digs in the wrong spots, tries to chew the porch rail. Tyler doesn't mind. Some noises are worth keeping.